Shalom Israel, Shalom Yasharala. All right, my name is Brother Yas, back with another lesson. And before I get started with today's lesson, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha Rakar Kadas. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and taught me the truth. And peace and salutations to your Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching his gospel in truth and sincerity. All right, the Lord's name is Yahweh, which you ignorantly call God. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, which you ignorantly call Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is called the Rakar Kadas. Gives us the understanding to break down these scriptures. All right, today is a continuation of part 2 on 2nd Esdras 15, and we're going to start from 2nd Esdras 15 and 20, and it reads, "Behold, said the Lord, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, and the sun rises in the east, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them," man. So the Lord is about to repay all of these nations, all right, for what they've done to the apple of his eye, his most precious possession, okay? The Israelites, mainly the elect, okay? All right, because they killed the elect. All right, and all these nations, starting with Edom, all right, he came over here, slaughtered Gad, all right, the so-called Native Americans, and then he brought the southern tribes, okay, over here, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi over here, and we had to go through slavery, man. All right, and he just been having his way with us ever since. All right, so the Lord's going to repay him, Esau, Edom, and all of these other nations for that, because these other nations was Confederate and hiding our heritage for us. That's why 2/3 don't know who they are, what land they come from. They don't know the Lord's name. They don't know the Lord's son's name. They don't know nothing about themselves, all right? Because these nations was Confederate, all right, to hide our heritage. And then these Amalekites, they took our heritage and they tried to say that they are the real Jews, man. All right, and now they're over there in the land of Israel going to war with Hezbollah, Palestinians, Iran, okay? And then when the real true men of the Lord get back in that area, the people of the Lord get back in that land, there's going to be peace. That's how we know they're not the real Jews, all right? So the Lord is gathering these different nations over there to the Middle East, all right? That Saudi Arabia region. I'm going to bring out a precept, Joel 3 and 2. "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." All right, that's the valley of Jehoshaphat, is where the Lord is going to judge them, all right, for what they've done to the Israelites, man, okay, for what they've done to the elect, all right? And it says, I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. So the Lord is going to kill them over there. He's going to judge them over there. When he goes in, you go in that word plead, it means he's going to kill them. All right? And that's going to be their judgment. All right? For who? For his heritage. All right? His holy possession, man. All right? His precious possession, the apple of his eye. All right? Israel. That's why he's doing this. That's why he's gathering all those nations over there, okay? All right? It says, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they have cast lots for the people and have given a boy for a harlot and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. So in slavery, they had us on oxen blocks, all right, and they sold us, man. They sold the girls for wine so they can get drunk. They sold the little boys so they could have sex with them, okay? And they put us in slavery, man. All right, so that's why all of this is happening. That's why the Lord is gathering those nations over there. I'm gonna read it in the NLT because it's a little clearer in the NLT, and I just like the NLT too. So Joel 3 and 2, "I will gather all the armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Japhat, where the Lord is going to judge these nations by killing them. There I will judge them for harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing up my land." All right? Because they're over there in the land like it's their land, man. Trying to have a two-state solution and all that shit. That land is not for them. That's why they're constantly in war. Verse 3, They threw dice to decide which of my people would be slaves. They traded boys to obtain prostitution, and sold girls for enough wine to get drunk. See? And this is what these devils have done, man. All right? And Ishmael was a part of it. Edom was a part of it. The Hamites was a part of it. And all these nations was a part of it because they hit our heritage, man. So the Lord got a special revenge for these people. Okay, Joel 3:9, it say, proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. So get ready for war, all you Gentile nations, okay? All right? Russia, Israel, all right? Get ready for war, man. Iran, get ready for war, man. All right, all you nations, heathen nations, get ready for war. All right, prepare your mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. All right, come up where? Over there in that Saudi Arabia region, man. All right, that's why the river of Euphrates is being dried up so they can bring in their military tanks through it. All right, so they can get in that land and have war over there, man. All right, it says, verse 10, Joel 3:10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And all these weak nations like North Korea, all right, they saying they strong, man. All these small nations saying they strong because they got Russia backing them up and being a guard. And Russia just went to North Korea and made a pact with them. All right, if America touch you, we're going to attack. If they touch us, you're going to attack. You're going to help us. All right. So, and they were in India, all right, yesterday. Okay, so Russia's going around and he's giving them weapons. All right, he's taking care of the people he's supposed to be a guard for, man. All right, and this is beautiful. This is all prophecy, man. Prophecy is to say before it happens, man. And this is what's happening right in our eyes, live. All right, so the weak are saying they strong. Verse 11, it says, assemble yourself and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourself together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right, let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathens round about. So the Lord is about to judge all these heathens, man, for what they have done to the nation of Israel, man. All right, to the elect of Israel, man. All right, so let's go back. 2nd Esdras, and we'll read that again. 15 and 20, behold, said the Lord, Yahweh Shemyahushai, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, that's from the east, that's over there in that Saudi Arabia area, all right, region, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. Who's them? The elect. All right, the nation of Israel, man, putting us in slavery, man. All right, selling the little girl for wine to get drunk, and selling the boys for prostitutes, man. All right, and all the horrendous things that you've done in slavery, man. The Lord is gonna pay you back for that, man. All right, starting with Esau, Edom, and you other nations. Verse 21, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus said the Lord. So recompense goes into payback, man. All right, and what have you done to the chosen? Like I said, you put us in slavery, man. You done hideous things to us, horrible things to us. A lot of innocent blood was shed, all right, by Esau, Edom, and these other nations were confederate with them. All right, so the Lord's gonna pay you back. Verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinner, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. So when it goes into sinner, it's talking about 2/3 of Israel. Y'all the only ones who can be sinners, man. All right, and the wages of sin is death. Okay, so the Lord is going to pay you back from not returning to your Creator, all right, and reverencing Him, all right, and turning from your wicked ways by repenting, all right, and coming back to the Lord. So the Lord's going to pay you back. And then it says, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. And who said innocent blood upon the earth? Esau, Edom, man. All right, let me get you a precept. All right, because Esau loves blood. Numbers 35 and 33. And it reads, so Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it, man. All right, and who shed our blood, man? Esau Edom, man. Esau Edom shed our blood, man. All right, so he got to pay for that, man. That's why his ass is going into slavery, man, for 1,000 years, and his kingdom is coming down, man. All right, Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. All right, if you have the wisdom and understanding to understand these spiritual things, listen up. Verse 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the fate of the saints. And who the saints? The elect, man. 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe, man. And there's 12 tribes, man. All right. And who led us into captivity? Esau, Edom, along with these other nations. Ishmael, the so-called Arabs, Hamites, the so-called Africans. Okay. They all had a part in our slavery, man. All right. And all of these other nations, because they were confederate right with them to hide our heritage, to hide who we were. Okay. All right. So they put us in captivity, starting with Esau, Edom. All right. And it says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, man. So the Lord's going to pay you back, man. And here's the patience of the saints, the patience and the fate of the saints. And we're suffering. The men of the Lord who know this wisdom, knowledge, we're long suffering, man. We're ready for this to happen. We're mad every day. Okay? The men of the Lord are mad every day. The Lord is mad with the wicked every day. All right? So we read verse 22. All right? It says, and my sword shall, back in verse 22 in the middle, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. All right. And that is the innocent blood is the Israelites, man, the elect. All right. Verse 23, the fire is going forth from his wrath and had consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinner like the straw that is kindled. Yeah, because when these nuclear missiles come over here in America, all right, 200 million missiles will be shot over here in America, and there's going to be nuclear missiles shot in various other parts of the world. But you sinners, you 2/3, y'all going to be consumed over here, according to Zechariah 13:8, man. All right, 66.6 of Israel will die over here in America, man. All right, thus says the Lord, man. All right, and so let's go to verse 24. It says, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Lord. So when you go into that word woe, it means sorrow. It means death and destruction. So it's saying sorrow and death and destruction to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Lord. And who doesn't keep the commandments? Who doesn't respect the Lord's commandments? All right, 2/3 of Israel. So let me give you a precept. Second Esdras 9 and verse 11. Second Esdras 9 and verse 11. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. All right, so 2/3 of Israel hate the Lord and hate his law, statutes, and commandments while they had yet liberty, while they had free time and a grace period to get it right. And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. So while they have time to get it right, they don't understand it. They don't want to hear it. They stop their ears and they despise the Lord. They despise the words of the Lord. They despise the men of the Lord. They despise the men of the Lord that are on the highways and byways bringing it out. That's why in the past they killed the men of the Lord. All right. And they're going to try to kill the men of the Lord in the future. All right. So it says, verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain. So 2/3 are going to receive death by pain, man. All right. They're going to die horrible, horrific deaths. All right. And it's going to be drawn out, man. All right. It's going to be a nice, slow death, man. You're going to feel it. Verse 22, let the multitude perish then. Who's the multitude? 2/3 of Israel perish then, which was born in vain. You was born for nothing. And let my grape be kept. That's the grape. The grape is the 144,000. And my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect, man. All right. So 2/3, you about to catch hell, man. All right. And you're going to die death by pain. So let's go back to 2nd Esdras 15. And I think we left off at 2nd Esdras 15 And 24, woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, said the Lord. All right, and that's 2/3. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. And who's the sanctuary? The 144,000, man. The Lord is not going to spare you 2/3. He's going to get rid of you, okay? Right here in Babylon, man. All right, and the other ones, after the destruction, hey, if you don't want to get down with your house side, we're going to come and get your ass and slay you right in front of them. All right? And it says, verse 26, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivered he them unto death and destruction. So the Lord's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. That means his angels are watching everything, taking notes, and going back to him and letting them know what's going on in the world, okay? So the Lord basically sees everything. So there's nothing you can get away with, Jake. You can't hide, whether you by yourself or wherever you at. Whatever type of wickedness you're doing, the Lord sees it, and you're going to be punished for that if you don't repent and get right with the Lord. All right, verse 27. 2nd Esdras 15 and 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for Yahweh Shem Yahweh shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. So Jacob trouble's coming up. What are some of the plagues? Famine, pestilence. You're going to have disease out here, dead bodies out here. You're going to have people breaking into other people's houses to get food, and taking the food and taking the women, and graping the women and graping the kids and graping the men. All right, so those are some of the plagues that are about to come over here. You're going to have natural disasters. Okay, Isaiah 29 and 6. The Lord is going to visit this place, okay, with tempests, man. That's with floods, forest fires, okay, wildfires, okay, hurricanes, tornadoes, mudslides, everything, okay? So you're going to be getting hit with different plagues all around, all in Babylon, man. All right, just like in Egypt, they were hit with plagues. It's going to be like that, but worse. Okay, so it says, "For now the plagues come upon the whole earth," and it's going to be the whole earth, man. All right, not just in America, but all over the place. All right, and ye shall remain in them, for Yahweh Shem Yahweh shall not deliver you, because you have sinned. So you sinners, 2/3 of you will not be delivered out of Babylon. All right. All right, verse 28. Behold, a horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Because over here, you're going to have all these nations gathering together, all right? And they're going to have their tanks, their jets, their shooting jets, you know. They're going to have their missiles, okay? They're going to have their defenses, everything over here in Babylon. I mean, over there in the middle, the so-called Middle East, man. All right, Saudi Arabia region, verse 29, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitudes of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth. All they which hear them may fear and tremble. Okay, so when you're talking about the dragon, you're talking about the Arabians, man. Ishmael, you got them Ishmael, you got the Arabian nations, man, Arabic nations, okay? All right, that's the dragon, man. All right, that's Ishmael, and we know Ishmael is a wild man, and he's gonna have every hand against him. That's why he's always in conflict. All right, that's why he always beefing with somebody, okay? So the nations of the dragons is the Arabic nations, all right? All right, and they're gonna come with their chariots, which is their tanks, their fighter jets, their tanks, their fighter jets, and all their military equipment, man. And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. So you people gonna be fearing and tremble, man, when they see this great vast army, all right, of these Arabic nations, man. All right, which is Ishmael, okay? In verse 30, also the Canaanians raging in wrath shall go forward as the wild boar of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. So the Canaanians goes back to Elam, man. All right, today they would be known as East Indians, all right, which would be known as the Persians. All right, in ancient days they were known as the Persians. Now they're known as Iran, okay? So these Arabic nations, the dragon, along with the Carmanians, all right, which is the Persians, all right, Elam, all right, East Indians, they're going to join together, all right, and they're going to be like a wild boar. A wild boar is like a pig in the woods, man. All right, and they're very dangerous, man. And if they feel threatened, they will attack your ass, man. All right, and what do we see now that's going on with Iran, man? All right, they already took out one of their top military men. All right, I think his name was Solomon, or it was something like I don't recall his name right now, but they took him out a few years ago, and it started with an S. Somalian, I forgot his name. All right, and they just took out the president. Okay, all right, and they're doing all kind of other stuff to provoke Iran, man. All right, so when they attack, they're gonna be mad as hell. They're gonna be like wild boars, man. All right, and that's very dangerous, man. And they have a powerful army. Okay, and it says, and join the battle with them. So the Iranians are gonna join with the Arabic nations. All right, to go to war against who? Israel, against America, okay, and their allies. All right, and it says, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And the land of Assyrians is right here in America. And how are they going to waste a portion of it? All right, through those intercontinental ballistic missiles that they're going to shoot over here. Okay? And it says, verse 31, and then shall the dragon have the upper hand. So those Arabian nations are going to have the upper hand, remembering their nature, and if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Okay, and remembering their nature. Let's just go to Genesis 16 and verse 12 quickly. Genesis 16 and verse 12. And it says, and he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. Verse 13. And she called the name of the Lord Yahweh that spoke unto her, thou God seest me, for see. Oh, Salakia. That ain't a part of it. Genesis 16, 11, and 12. Salakia. Genesis 16, 11, and 12. And it says, and the angel of the Lord Yahweh said unto her, this is Hagar. The angel is talking to Hagar, all right, the mother of Ishmael. Okay, and the angel of the Lord Yahweh said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord had heard thy affliction, and he will be a wild man. All right, so he's gonna be a wild man, like a monkey, man, a wild monkey, man. All right, and it says his hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he shall dwell in the presence of all of his brethren. And that's why Ishmael is always into some shit, man. All right, he always got some beef going on. All right, and I'm gonna read it in the NLT, Genesis 16 and 11. And the angels also said, you are now pregnant and will give birth to a son. You are to name him Ishmael, which means God hears, for the Lord has heard your cry of distress. Verse 12, this son of yours will be a wild man, as untamed as a wild donkey. So these Ishmaelites, they're wild, man. They're untamed like a wild donkey. All right. He will raise his fist against everyone, and everyone will be against him. Yes, he will live in open hostility against all his relatives. All right. And that's Ishmael, man. That's this wild man. All right. That's these Arabian nations, man. Arabic nations. Okay. So it says, verse 31, 2nd Esdras 15 and 31, and then shall the dragon have the upper hand. The dragon is the Arabic nation. That goes back to Ishmael. Remember their nature, because they're wild men, man. They're untamed. They're untamed. They untamed, man. All right. They wild donkeys, monkeys, man. They wild, man. All right. And if they shall turn themselves conspiring, and if they shall turn themselves conspiring together in great power to persecute them. Verse 32. Then these shall be troubled and keep silent through their power and shall flee. Verse 33. And from the land of Assyrian shall the enemy besiege them and consume some of them, and in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. So the Assyrians, all right, are gonna besiege America. Okay, I mean, not America. The Assyrians are America, man. All right, and these Arabic nations, over there, these Arabic nations are gonna come together and they're gonna besiege these Assyrians over here in America, man. All right, and they got sleeper cells over here already. All right, so we don't know if they're gonna blow up something over here in America or take a state or take a city over, but they're gonna do something. They're gonna get in here because this is the unwalled village, so they're gonna be here or get in here some type of way. All right, and besiege parts of America, man. All right, and we'll see. We'll see what happened. And these kings, they're gonna be having to scramble and figure out how to retaliate and shit like that, man. All right. Verse 34. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. All right. And that's talking about these armies, man. When it goes into the clouds and the storm, it's talking about these armies, man. And they're gonna have their military tankers and their fighter jets, all right, and everything they need, man, to go to war, man. All right, let me give you a precept to back that up. Let's go to Ezekiel 38, and Ezekiel 38 is also talking about World War III, all right, Armageddon, all right, because Russia, which is Gog, Magog, is a big part of that, all right. So Ezekiel 38 and verse 9, and it's talking about Russia, all right, Ezekiel 38 and verse 9, it says, thou shalt ascend and come like a storm. Thou shalt be like a cloud to cover the land. Thou and all thy bands and many people with thee. So all of Russia's army, all right, and all of their allies, all right, they're going to come like a storm, man. All right. And let me read it in the NLT. Ezekiel 38 and 9. You and all your allies, a vast and awesome army, will roll down on them like a storm and cover the land like a cloud, man. So this is going to be a big army, a big vast army. Russia and his allies. Let's look at some of his allies right quick, because Russia is not going to be by itself. All right. Ezekiel 38 and 4. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and thine army, horses and horsemen, all them clothed with sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all them handling swords. Okay, so this is the army of Russia, man, with the military tanks, the fighter jets. Okay, all right, their defense mechanisms. Okay, and who's gonna be with them? It says, verse 5, Persia, all right, which is Elam, all right, which is Iran, which is the Carmanians, all right, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, okay? All of them with shield and helmet, all right, ready for war. Gomer, that's Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Tagamor of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. All right, be thou prepared. That's why Russ is getting prepared. And prepare thyself, thou and all thy company. So all your allies get prepared that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russ is being a guard unto North Korea. Russ is being a guard unto Iran. Russ is being a guard unto all of these, Turkey. All right, unto all of these countries. All right, maybe be smaller countries. Russia got their back, man. All right. So when we like, the point I was trying to prove is that the storm and the clouds represents their armies. All right, now let's go back to 2nd Esdras 15 and 34. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm, man. So these armies are going to be arrayed, man. All right, they're gonna have all of their military equipment over there in that region over there in Saudi Arabia. All right, and like I said, the Euphrates is being dried up, so they can bring their military equipment through that. So hey, man, it's gonna be a sight to see, man. It's gonna be war. All right. So verse 35, they shall smite one another, and they shall smite down a multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, because it's going to be a lot of killing, man. All right, you're going to see they're going to be shooting military tanks, shooting fighter jets, all right, and then they're going to be using ICBM missiles, all right, to send over here in America, all right. All right, let me get you a precept for the stars, man. All right, because the stars represent destruction, really, from the intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, let's go to, I believe, Revelation 9 and 16. No. Revelation 6. Let's go to Revelation 6 and 13. Revelation 6 and 13. And it reads, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. Them stars represent the ICBM missiles, man. All right? And they falling like a fig tree, like a fig falling off the tree. Boom, they coming down. And boom, nothing but disaster, man. All right? Nothing but devastation, man. All right? Verse 14, and the heavens departed as a scroll, because when the ICBM hit, all right, it makes a mushroom cloud, all right? And it's like a big cloud of smoke, and it looks like a mushroom, okay? So it says, and the heavens departed, and a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their place, man, because these ICBM missiles, man, they're gonna move mountains, they're gonna move territories, man. You're gonna have new places that come up, man. They're gonna shake the earth to and fro, okay? All right. So let me get you another precept. Isaiah maybe Isaiah 34. Let me see. Isaiah 34 and verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. Okay, so the ICBM missile is going to be hitting, and guess what? It's going to create a big mushroom cloud, and then it's going to create radiation, all right, which is going to poison these waters, man, all right, which is going to contaminate these waters, man. Wormwood, okay? So you got the missiles hitting, you got the mushroom cloud like a scroll, rolled like a scroll, and then you got the radiation from the missiles hitting, and that's going to contaminate the water, and that's called wormwood, all right, which is contamination, which is poison, okay? All right? So I hope that's clear, okay? So let's get back to 2nd Esdras, all right? 2nd Esdras 2 and 36. No, let's go to 35 again. They shall smite one another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly, and dung of men unto the camel's hoof. So you're gonna have piles of men, man, all right, dead, All right, like sit on the ground, man. All right, because there's gonna be a lot of dead bodies, man, when this World War III kick off, man. All right, over there in that region of so-called Middle East, gonna be a lot of dead bodies. Verse 37. And there shall be a great fearness and trembling upon the earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Yeah, because you're gonna have in America, you're going to have civil unrest. You're going to have people breaking into your house. You're going to have pestilence. All right, you ain't going to have no police, no firemen, no hospitals. All of that's going to be done away with, and they're going to cut the lights out on this bitch. Okay, so you can just imagine these Americans are in the unwalled village, and they're living comfortable, and now they got all of this catastrophe coming. All right, and let me give you a precept to demonstrate how bad it's going to be and how these Americans are going to react to it. Let's go to Luke 21 and 25. Luke 21 and 25. And it reads, Luke 21 and verse 25. And it reads, and this is called the return of the Mashiach Yahushua. Verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon. All right, that's why you got your blood moons. Okay, you got eclipse. You got blood moons. That's signs that this place is wrapping up. And in the stars, and upon earth, distress of nations, man. All right, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. I'm going to read it in the NLT. Luke 21:25. And there will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth, the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring sea and strange tides, man. Verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right, so man's heart's going to be failing them. They're going to be having heart attacks, strokes. You can just imagine, man, you seeing all this violence, you seeing dead bodies, man. You can't eat, you can't drink. You got military in the street, okay? You're going to be terrified. These people are going to be terrified, man. All right? The way of them usually being comfortable and everything is normal is going to be gone away. It's going to be nothing like normal, okay? So they're going to be terrified. Luke 21 and 26. People will be terrified at what they see coming upon the earth. For the powers in the heavens will be shaken, man. All right? When they see them nuclear missiles about to come over here, when they hear that noise, that warning sign, these people are going to have heart attacks, okay? You might see somebody in the street being raped. They're going to see people being graped, all right? They're going to see people being killed, all right? They're going to see pestilence, all right? Disease, all right? And there's nothing, nobody can help them. Nobody can do. And they don't know why it's happening. So you can imagine how these people are going to be terrified over here, man. And that's why their hearts are going to be fainting. All right? And you got the ICBM missiles coming. And you got your How About Shem outside that's going to be coming. All right? So when they see that, when they see these so-called UFOs, all right, which we call them chariots or chambers, hey, they're going to faint. All right? They're going to have heart attacks. All right? And then when they see the ICBM missiles, it's all over with, man. All right, so that's what that means. 2 Esdras 15 and 37. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth. And as you can see why now. You see why, man. These people are not ready or prepared for this. And they just going to be blindsided. And shit going to get worse and worse and worse. Like those contraction pains that a woman had when she giving birth. It might start off the first day, the bank collapsed. Okay, over the weekend, everybody partying bullshit. Then Tuesday come and they realize they can't get their money. Then Wednesday, they might could go get $40. And then they realize by Friday, they can't get shit. They ransack the stores. And then they realize ain't nobody coming to replenish the stores. All right, then boom, there ain't no food. Then boom, people breaking in their house. Then boom, somebody raped their wife and their kids. Raped their wife and their kid. All right, you can see how these people are going to be perplexed and confused and terrified. All right, and there's no 911, no police, none of that. You got to have a vision of how this stuff is going to play out, man. It's going to be horrific. Okay. All right. So that was just a depiction of what's going to be happening on the earth and why these people are going to be so terrified. All right. Okay. So it says, trembling upon the earth, back in verse 37, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. Verse 38, and then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north and another part of the west. All right, that's going to be those armies. Okay, different various armies over there in Saudi Arabia region. Okay, the so-called Middle East. Verse 39, and strong winds shall arise from the east and shall open it, and the clouds which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east, and west wind shall be destroyed, man. Verse 40, the great and mighty cloud shall be puffed up full of fear. That's all these armies, man. All right. And the star that they have, that they may make all the earth afraid, because you're going to be afraid, man. You know, these armies got nuclear capability, man, and they can shoot it on you and your ass. All right. So the whole earth going to be in fear, man. All right, that they make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place a horrible star, man, a horrible destruction, man. All right, fire and hail and flying swords. All right, that's them shooting up missiles, man. All right, and many waters, that's the military, and all fields may be filled, and all rivers, and the abundance of great waters. So they're militaries again. All right, so they're gonna be fighting, man. All right, they're gonna be shooting each other, shooting the tanks, shooting the jets. The fighter jets gonna be shooting each other. All right, you're gonna have great armies. All right, that's what the waters represent. The armies. Okay. All right, and then they're gonna be shooting intercontinental. They have the potential to shoot intercontinental ballistic missiles, and they will be shooting it on shooting intercontinental ballistics. Okay, mainly over here in America. All right. Verse 42, and they shall break down the cities and the wall, mountains and hills, trees and wood and grass of the meadows and the corns. Because when they shoot these ICBM missiles, they're gonna obliterate everything. All right, so all your agriculture, all your land, all the places where it's growing and it looks plentiful, all of that shit is gonna dissipate. It's gonna go away, man. It's gonna destroy everything. All right, let me give you a precept to back that up. All right, Joel 2. Joel 2 and 3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burned it. The land is as the Garden of Eden, meaning everything is beautified, everything is still going on like regular, okay? Before them and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. All right, it's gonna be America. One is gonna look like everything's fine. All of the plus agriculture still gonna be good. And then boom, the ICBM missiles are gonna hit, and it's gonna be nothing. America's gonna be a big wilderness, man. All right, where all the fowls, where all the unclean birds come and creatures come, man. All of these, like your White House, gonna have dragons in it, and unclean birds, owls, hyenas. All right, this land is just gonna be a total, basically wasteland, a total desert. All right, with desert creatures in it. Okay, so it ain't gonna be like normal no more. Everything's gonna be destroyed. Let me give you another precept. Isaiah 34, because you're not gonna tell which state from which state. All right, you're not, like we would go to Mississippi, you see Welcome to Mississippi, you ain't gonna see that no more. All right, you ain't gonna know which is which. You go from Mississippi to Louisiana, you ain't gonna see that no more. You ain't gonna tell which is which. All right, and let me get that precept for you. All right, Isaiah 34 and 11. But the Corinth and the bitter team shall possess it, the owls also and the ravens shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch upon it the line of confusion. That line of confusion is not knowing which state is which. And the stones of emptiness, because this place is going to be totally destroyed and nothingness. Let me read it in NLT for better understanding. All right, Isaiah 34 and 11. It will be haunted by the desert owls and the screech owl, the great owl, and the raven. For Yahweh Shem Yahweh will measure that land carefully. He will measure it for chaos and destruction. So it's going to be totally destroyed over here in America. And you ain't going to tell which state from which state, all right? All right, and so let's go to verse 43. 2nd Esdras 15 and 43. And they shall go steadfast unto Babylon and make her afraid. Why? Because they're going to shoot missiles over here. So people are already going to be catching hell from the civil wars, gender wars, class wars, FEMA camps, military martial law, okay? All right, checkpoints, military checkpoints. They're going to be catching hell over here, man. All right? So, and now these nations are about to shoot their missiles over here, man. So America is going to be fucked, man. All right? America is going to be fucking scared. 43. 2nd Ezra 15 and 43. And they shall go steadfast unto Babylon and make her afraid. Verse 44. They shall come to her and besiege her. The star and all wrath shall they pour upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heavens, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. Okay, so they're going to shoot nuclear missiles over here on Babylon. All right, 200 million of them. All right, and NATO and EU are going to turn on America, and they're going to shoot missiles over here on this bitch. Great Britain is going to be ashamed of America. Okay, so everybody's going to be against this bitch, and you're going to have Russia, China, and their allies shooting missiles over here, okay? And then you're gonna have the merchant people that sold all of their product to America. They're gonna be in the surrounding areas around the world, and they're gonna be crying, man. Why? Because they can't make money off this whore no more, okay? They cannot make money off this whore no more. Let me give you a couple precepts to back that up. Revelation 17 and 16, and it reads, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast. The 10 horns represents NATO and the EU. NATO is the military aspect of the UN, and the EU is the financial aspect of it, of the UN. All right, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and the whore sits upon the beast, man, all right, which is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her. So they're going to shoot nuclear missiles over here on America, man, all right, NATO and the EU, all right, and Jeremiah, I think it's 50 and 12. All right, Jeremiah 50 and 12. Just trying to back up all the stuff that I said. All right, and this talking about Great Britain. Your mother, Jeremiah 50 and 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. So your mother's gonna be ashamed of you. You're gonna be a disgrace to Great Britain, man. All right, so all these nations gonna turn on Babylon, man. All right, for all the wickedness they doing. All right, and it says, okay, it says at the end of 2nd Ezra 15 and 44, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. Let me get that for you, and that is in Revelation 18, and I'll just start at 15, just so you can get the whole depiction of what's going on. Revelation 18 and 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. So everybody who sold merchandise over here, they're going to be standing afar off, crying, mourning, weeping. All right, why? Because they're not going to be able to make no money. All right, verse 16, and saying, at last, that great city, because America is called the great city, man. All right, that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in the ship and sailors and as many as trade by the sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their head, meaning there was mourning because they ain't gonna make no money. All right. And they cast dust upon their head and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. This place will be destroyed within 1 hour. Goodbye, America, bitch. All right, back in 2nd Esdras 15 and 45. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. All right, verse 46. And thou, Asia, thou art partaker of her of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Yeah, because Asia, these Asian countries, okay, talking about China, which is Moab, Ammon, which is Japan, they partook in this whore, man. They took on the philosophies of this whore. The infrastructures are like America. They got fucking McDonald's over there. All right, they threw off their garments, and now they wearing suits. All of their women chose a career. Now you can't even get fucking married. They got, let's just say they got a million men out there and 500,000 women. All right, so it's way more men than women. All right, but these women cannot get married because they're so old. They put their career and everything else before a man, and now they like 28. And once you 28 over there in China and Japan, you're an old maid. Okay, so they don't want your ass. So you got 500. Let's just say, example, 500,000 women over there and a million men, and they still can't get married because they took on the philosophies of America, man. All right. So it says, and the infrastructure is like America. All right, their culture is more like America. Okay, so they took on the ways of this whore, man, or this beast, man, the image of this beast. They took it on. All right, verse 47. Woe be unto thee, thy wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers. And America is their lovers, man. They wanted to be just like this bitch, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee, man. All right, so these nations always wanted to be like America. All right, China, South Korea, Japan, all of those Asian nations, man. 2nd Ezra 16 and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with clothes of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is ahead. Because some of those nations are going to get hit with those ICBM missiles, man. All right? I'm talking about these Asian countries, nations. Okay? I'm talking about China, South Korea, Japan, et cetera, et cetera. All right? So they committed whoredom with this bitch. Okay, verse 48. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore said the Lord, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy house with destruction and debt. All right, so you Asian countries, you're not exempt. All right, the Lord is going to get at your ass too, man. All right, for being in bed with this whore, man. Trying to be just like her, man. All right, the Lord is angry with you bitches too. All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and 50. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is set over thee. All right, so you ain't gonna have no more fucking glory. China think they're gonna be the next hegemony. You ain't gonna be the next shit. Russia, you ain't gonna be the next shit. The Lord is against you too, nigga. All right, verse 51. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chased with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Verse 52. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, said the Lord? Okay, now they jumping back to America, man. All right, but you Asian countries, you gonna get it, man. Verse 53. If thou hadst not always slain my chosen one, who's the chosen one? Akim. All right, the elect of Yahweh Shimi Awasai, exalting the strokes of thy hand and saying over their dead when thou was drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. 55, second Ezra 50, 15 and 55. The reward of thy heartum shall be in the bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. So the Lord is going to repay you fucking Edomites, along with all you nations, for what you did to the precious, to his precious elect, man. All right, to what you did to Israel, man, the slavery, man, the blood upon blood over here in Babylon, man, what you did to Gad, man, Gad, Reuben, and Simeon, what you did to the southern Israel, man, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man. The Lord is gonna get at your ass, man. All right, so let me give you a precept, cause the Lord gonna defend his elect, man. All right. Oh man, I hope I got this right. Luke 18, 7 and 8. Luke 18, 7 and 8. And shall not Yahweh Shimi Awasai avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? So you think the Lord ain't going to avenge his own elect? You fucking crazy, man. Verse 8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. So the Lord is not only going to avenge us, he's going to do it fast. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth? All right, so the Lord is going to avenge us, man. All right, and who's going to have faith on earth, man? The elect. All right, we believe he's going to save us. We believe all of these prophecies will manifest, and the Lord is going to come, all right, with a host of heavens in his chariot, all right, to the Middle East region, and he's going to put them down. Then he's going to come over here to the west, save us. Simultaneously, the ICBM missiles are going to be on the way, and we're going to be saved in the blink of an eye. Boom. And that's what the elect believe. All right, so let's go to Revelation 18 and Revelation 18 and verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heavens, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh Shem Yahweh had avenged you on her. See, the Lord is going to avenge his elect, man. All right, for what everything these devils have done to us, and these other nations that were confederate with these devils have done to us. Verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all, because there ain't nothing going to be over here after those ICBM missiles hit, man. I'm going to read it in NLT. Revelation 18 and 20. Rejoice over her fate, O heavens, and people of Yahweh Shemi Awasai, and apostles and prophets. For at last Yahweh Shemi Awasai has judged her for your sake. All right? That's why all of this is happening, Akim. The Lord is judging this bitch, this whore, Babylon, and all these other nations for our sake. All right? His precious holy elect. All right? All right, let's go back. Okay, so he's gonna, verse 55, 2nd Ezra 15 and 55. The reward of thy heart shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Verse 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, said the Lord, even so shall Yahweh Shemi Awasai do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief, man. All of this mischief that's going on, the Lord is doing it. He put it together. He's drawing all these nations over there to the Middle East for whose sake? Because the Lord has a controversy with you people, with you niggas, with you nations on behalf of Zion. All right. All right. Verse 57. Thy children shall die in hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. So you in the cities is gonna be broken down. All y'all gonna die. And if you in the country, y'all gonna die, man. All right. Verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger of bread and thirst. So whether you go to these mountains, you preppers, all right, you got a little mountain, you got a little place set up for you to eat and drink, and you good. Hey, the Lord's gonna, hey, you're gonna either run out of that food or somebody's gonna come up there and take your food and water and leave you with nothing. All right, and what is that gonna force you to do? Eat each other, drink each other, blood, cannibalism. All right, verse 59. Thou art unhappy, shalt come through, thou as unhappy shalt come through the sea and receive plagues again. Yeah, man, these plagues that was on Egypt, they gonna come on you people twice as hard, man. All right, second Esdras 15 and verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Egypt means bondage. Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishments of that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh shall bring upon it, man. All right, so you people gonna be catching hell, and the Lord gonna put more plagues on you, man. All right, the Lord gonna put more plagues on you. Verse 60. And in the passage they shall rust on the idol city, and shall destroy some portion of the land of thy land, and consume parts of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire, and shall consume thee, and thy cities, thy land, and thy mountains, all thy woods and thy fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire, man. Okay, so this place is going to be burnt up with fire, man. All right, ain't no getting past that, man. This place is going to be totally destroyed with fire, man. All right, totally burnt up. All right, Joel 2 and 3. A fire devour it before them. A fire a fire devour it before them, and behind them a flame burn it. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and the hinder, and behind them a desert, a wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. All right, because this place is gonna be nuked to pieces, man. All right, ain't gonna be nothing over here, man. It's gonna be a desert when all the smoke clears up. It's gonna be a desert. It's gonna be a desert with desert-like creatures over here. All right, Joel 3 and 19. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be desolate, meaning destroyed, a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. So that's why the Lord is going to make this place desolate. All right, because you have said the children of Judah's blood, all right, the children of Israel, all right, blood over here in Babylon. So this place is going to be burnt up by fire. All right, let's go to First Tim. Let's go to 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. 2 Peter 3 and verse 10. And it reads, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. All right, to these people that's not aware, okay, to 2/3 of Israel, you're not watching the signs, so it's gonna come as a thief in the night. And in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burnt up, man. All right, so America's gonna be totally destroyed by nuclear missiles, man. 200 million of them. Okay, okay. Let's go to Malachi 4:1, and we about to wrap it up. Malachi 4:1. All right, and it reads, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yeah, all you proud Americans, 2/3 of Israel, yea, all, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." So all you people are gonna get burned up. All right, let's go to Zechariah 14 and 12. All these people over here in Babylon are gonna get burnt up. Thus said the Lord. Zechariah 14 and verse 12, and it reads, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem." See, he keeps giving you reasons why he's gonna do this shit, man. All right, for what you've done to the Israelites, man, mainly the elect, man. All right, all right, will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. So wherever you got Israelites, that's Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, like that movie with Terminator, when the lady Connor was on the fence and she seen the nuclear missiles came. All right, their flesh is gonna be melted. All right, their flesh, their eyes, their tongues, all of that's going to get melted. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths, man. All right, so you motherfuckers are going to get melted by Yahweh Shem outside. All right, for all the wickedness you done. 2/3 for you not repenting and getting right with the Lord. All right, and you other nations for joining together, Esau first, and you other nations for putting us in slavery and all the wicked things you have done for us and all the innocent blood you shed. Ezekiel 22 and 20, "As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you." Verse 21, "Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof." Verse 22, "As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I, the Lord Yahweh, have poured out my fury upon you." So you people are going to get melted, man. The end. The end of you fucking Edomites and you other nations too. Y'all about to go in slavery for 1,000 years. So let me finish up. Second Esdras 15 and 63. "Thy children shall they carry away captive, and look what thou hast. They shall spoil it and mar the beauty of thy face." Yep. Yep. We're going to get all of that shit that y'all then had heaped up. Let me bring out this scripture. Isaiah, because the scripture going to say it better than me. Isaiah 14 and 2. And it reads, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids," man. So you people, you starting with you kings, we going to come get you you elites out of your bunkers, and y'all gonna go into slavery, and you're gonna have to clean up all these dead bodies that we just finished talking about over there in that Middle East region. All right, you're gonna have to clean up all them dead bodies around Israel. All right, America and Israel will be totally nuked, and America will be not habited, will not have be inhabited no more. So no life is gonna be over here. This is gonna be a memorial of how not to be. All right, because it was nothing but wickedness going on over here, man. All right, so it says, "And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captive, whose captives they wore, and they shall rule over their oppressors." All right, in the story, man. End of the beautiful story for you niggas is the end. Okay, for the elect, for Yahweh side, King David, the elect is just the beginning, man. This world was made for many. The next world is made for few. Remember that, okay? And we coming to get you elites, man. We coming to get you elites, man. Abaratazah, I'm a part of the elect. Coming to get your ass from out of those satellite stations up there and from out of the ground, from under them deep underground bunkers. We know you in there, all right? And a good movie to watch is 2012, all right? All right, where they went and hid themselves, man. All right, and them submarines and shit, whatever it was. All right, we coming to get you niggas. All right, so, and make sure I got everything on that. All right, that's it. So with that, I hope it was edifying to the hopeful elect. That was 2nd Esdras 15. All right, part 2. And I'm going to get out of here by saying I'm going to turn to the east and give all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakar, Kadas. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who ruled well and taught me this truth. And peace and salutation to your Akim across the 4 corners of the globe, preaching his gospel in truth and sincerity. Salawam.